What up, Scam? Welcome to Bar Vibes with Bryce the Fourth. Getting out raw reactions and interacting with the masses. No subject is safe. You hear the people, the noise, but that's the point, because without the people, what is the point? Embrace some vibrations. At some point, we have to talk about a lot of things. I'm going to start off by saying, rest in paradise, Dikembe Mutombo, Sixers legend. We were in the finals with him, and then also, and I don't care what you have to say about what he did. I get it; it was against what baseball does. But Pete Rose, R.I.P. to Pete Rose. But at the end of the day, we got to start talking about the Eagles. I started off the day with reviewing what they did. I don't need to review it. I saw it. It is what it is. It's two different things. It's what happened on the field and what's happening off the field. On the field, shout out to Baker Mayfield, hoopin. Baker Mayfield is doing his job. Love that from him. Good for you, because they wrote him off in so many places. He's doing his job. Cool. Got it. Baker Mayfield, I believe he had 3 touchdowns. He wasn't making too many mistakes, but he also wasn't putting his team in harm's way. Good for him. And as far as the Eagles go, damn. A lot of players don't feel like, when I see it, when they're running around, they don't look like they want to tackle. They don't look like they want to run around and build up confidence for their team. I don't know what it is, but it might just be Nick Sirianni. You've already changed your coordinators multiple times. You've already switched play calling multiple times. The only person that has not been pointed at is you, Nick Sirianni. The only person that has not been placed blame on is Nick Sirianni. So then I go, what does he do actually? He doesn't call plays. Not defensively. Not offensively. So you're okay with this rah-rah attitude where people are not even comfortable coming to talk to you. I don't get it. Yeah, we have Eagles are without their best 2 receivers. I don't understand why Jalen's not targeting Jahan Dotson. And yeah, sure, Dallas Goedert gets his targets. There's a player that we signed, paying him $12 million a year. He gets 10 fucking rushing attempts, one of which was 60 yards. Murdered him. His name, Saquon Barkley. I don't get it. And I don't want to harp on it too much, because we're going into a bye week where you can figure things out. But I will say, if Sirianni comes out of this week without his job, I won't be surprised. He's been blaming a lot of people other than himself. So, let's go on and talk about other games. Cowboys-Giants. I saw a lot of Cowboys fans going, a win is a win. And it is. You're absolutely right. Win is a win. You won the game, you won the game. But when you say that, it's because you are a shitty team and you won against a shitty team, or you are a really good team and you barely beat a shitty team, or you're just shitty. These are the type of games where if you're the Cowboys, you need to flex. You need to come out and 31-10 and just dunk on them. That didn't happen. Daniel Jones almost threw for 300 fucking yards. So what does that mean? I mean, Malik Neighbors out there, he's like that. 115 yards, 10 catches, hooping, and then I'll give this to the Cowboys. CD with the bounce back game, doing his thing. The Cowboys still cannot run the ball. You go out and sign Zeke back for what? To do what? To do what? Explain to me what explain it to me. I'll give you a second. Nothing. I don't understand why the Cowboys, I'm sorry, not the Giants kicker wears 34. For what? Why? Why are you wearing 34? Good kicker, but why did you choose that number? I don't know. But in terms of talking kickers, the Cowboys kicker bailed Dallas out. Dallas was in the red zone 5 times inside 20. No touchdowns. Kicker bailed them out. They won the game. Is what it is. Niners, Pats. This is a very stinky game. The Pats' lack of O-line gives them a very, very, very weird situation where it's like, okay, we're in week 4, about to be in week 5. You're not going to be a really good team as the Patriots are not. But you also don't want to put your 3rd overall pick in this game just to see what he can do. Because Jacoby Brissett, who's been in the league for over 12, 13 years, can't get a lick of anything going. So you don't want to put him in and get hurt. It's weird. Ramondre Stevenson, who is the Patriots starting running back, this man has fumbled 4 times in 4 games. Once every game. Last year he had one fumble. But whoa! Tequila! I had to do it. That's weird. I mean, you fumbled once last year, 4 times in 4 games, and you still got 13 more of them bitches to go. All right, do you want your job, sir? Christian McCaffrey in Germany going for this weird tests. I don't know what's going on with his Achilles. He's supposed to come back. They said he was about to start running on hard ground. What has he been running on? I don't. Weird. Because Jordan Mason's nice. Tequila! Other than that, San Fran bodied them. George Kittle hooped against 3 dudes in the back of the end zone. That shit was dope. And this is the Niners' first home win against the Patriots since 1995. I was 6 years old. 1995. Good for them. They need to figure out what's going on with their weapons when I'm talking about the 49ers. Brock Purdy, they're going to have to pay that man. They will. Chiefs, Chargers. Shout out to Travis Kelce for breaking Tony Gonzalez's catch record for the Chiefs. 1 second. Are you turning this up on purpose? This is wild. Hey, apparently she turned the music up on me on purpose, but whatever. Shout out to Travis Kelce breaking Tony Gonzalez's catch record for the Chiefs. And that's a big deal because Tony Gonzalez is obviously one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. And then their running back, Carson Steele, for the Chiefs, he fumbled his job away. That's 2 lost fumbles in 3 weeks, and you're a rookie. Having fun? I'm looking at Lauren, asking her if she's having fun with this loud-ass song on. Rashee Rice is out at the Chiefs. So Patrick Mahomes throws a pick, and then he lands on Rashee Rice and tears this man's ACL. Nobody's talking about that. Weird. Another thing that nobody's talking about, Patrick Mahomes has the second most interceptions in the NFL. Not talking about that. Weird. How long do we pretend that he's a turnover machine? Yeah, I get that they win games. That's coaching, not Patrick Mahomes. I don't give a shit what you have to say. Yeah, he has 3 rings. I don't give a... We're talking about what he does and puts his team in harm's way. Sure, they're a team. That's fun. Got it. Chris Jones, monster. Chris Jones is a monster. Chris Jones is the D tackle for the Chiefs, and he is just wreaking havoc. I think that there was no reason for Justin Herbert, the Chargers quarterback, to be out there. I've had a high ankle sprain. I'm just a regular person, and that shit fucking hurts. He has a high ankle sprain from 2 weeks ago, and they put him back in just out of just panic. There was no reason for him to be out there. He was like limping, can't run left or right. I think it was really dumb to put him back out there. And the Chiefs finally got a huge touchdown to Xavier Worthy. But my favorite and unfavorite for Chargers fans is that, and Lauren's laughing at me while she's turned her music. The Chargers haven't beaten the Chiefs since they've moved back to LA. That sucks. Hate to see it. Bills Ravens. I don't know where Derrick Henry's speed comes from. This man is 6'3", 250. That is a linebacker. 6'3", 250. He broke off that 87-yard run, and it was not even close. I watched 3 DBs try to run him down. I was watching it with my homie. Shout out to the Drizzle. Couldn't catch him. Don't know. I don't know what it is. They could not catch this man. Oh my goodness. I know you guys can hear the music. The Ravens dominated, but they didn't have a first down. The Ravens did not have a first third down until the middle of the second quarter. Josh Allen is lacking weapons, and I get it. I understand how that works. He is definitely missing a number 1 receiver. Now, if you follow the Bills, he did have a number 1 receiver where he talked ill will about him, saying that he was worried about the... Oh, Stephon Diggs! Yes! That would be him. Josh Allen ran more side to side than his actual running backs ran forward. It made no sense. Don't get it. The Bills are very lucky that their division is weak, because we'd be having a very different conversation right now. Packers Vikings. I thought this game was over at halftime. It was 28-0. Sam Darnold. Now, we were talking about how Sam Darnold was a product of the coaching giving him opportunities. At this point, for me, as I watch football, it might just be Sam Darnold is pretty good when he has weapons. 7-year bump. Sam Darnold was nice at USC. And with Jordan Love not looking comfortable, Sam Darnold looked pretty fucking good. He's still doing the thing where he almost turned the ball over. Almost is not good enough. If he did it, he did it. He didn't, he didn't. The Vikings started to turn the ball over after the 28-0 after halftime, and that's what got Jordan Love going. He didn't look good. Jordan Love didn't look good first 3 quarters, but fourth quarter, he was hooping. He made sure that he capitalized on the fact that his defense was giving him short fields. And I would say for the Packers, they might want to start ramping it up. I don't think that Jordan Love should have came back this early, but that's neither here nor there. Vikings are undefeated. Their defense is really, really, really fucking good. Really good. Shout out to Sam Darnold. Shout out to Kevin O'Connell, their coach, for making sure that he understood, hey, Sam Darnold, he didn't have the coaching that he needed in New York Jersey, in Carolina. Here we are. Bengals Panthers. Andy Dalton came out looking for revenge, and he didn't get it. Hate to see it. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins came out to play. I don't know what's going on with the Panthers tackling, but it didn't work. Jamar Chase is, 5'9", 5'10", maybe 190. Tackle this man. Nope, sure didn't. Didn't work out. And then on the flip side, Chase Brown and Zach Moss, the running backs for the Bengals, monsters. And then they just couldn't get it done. Their 1-2 punch works. Shout out to Chase Brown. He's Sidney Brown, Eagles safety, his brother. They both went to Illinois. He is a beast. If you watch the game, he broke out twice, where it's like if he doesn't get tripped, to the crib. And Zach Moss is really good in the run game. They both get tripped up a lot, which is weird, so work on your footwork. But Xavier Legette, he is the receiver for the Panthers. First NFL TD. If you don't know who he is, look it up.
What's up?
My guy.
John Amos, baby.
Shout out to Dan. Dan, the cheerleading man. The Panthers are just poor tackling, man. I don't know. I think the biggest question is what's going to happen with Bryce Young, especially when Andy Dalton gets in and he makes it look really, really easy. Dump it down here, throw it across the middle here for a first down. Maybe he learns, Bryce Young. Maybe he learns. It was a very nice game. If you look at the score, it looks boring. It was a really, really nice game. Go back and look at it. The Jets versus the Broncos. If I told you that the defense, so if this is your team, and I said, oh, the defense only gave up 10 points, but you lost 10-9. 10-9. 10-9 with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. I wanted to ask one of my best friends. His name is Alex. I didn't even want to ask him. 10-9. The Jets are missing a playmaker at receiver. I don't know who it could be. I don't know if they even bother to do it, but they do. Alois Lazard is not doing it. Breece Hall, poor performance. What are you going to do? I tried to say something nice about Bo Nix. He threw his first touchdown. He get a golf clap. He also had 60 yards for the entire game. He had -7 yards at halftime. And I'm sorry, I'm looking up because playoff baseball right now. There was nothing else to talk about this game. The NFL found a way to talk about this game in 12 minutes on their highlights. I don't know. I cut it off. I was like, there's nothing else to talk about. It was 10-9, done. Aaron Rodgers is definitely fed up, but he's also making $40 million a year. So, you think he cares? No. Saints Falcons. Rashid Shaheed had the dumbest fucking mistake ever. Okay, so you're standing at the goal line. It's about to go out, and you pick your head up to catch it because you're trying to be a playmaker. I get it, and you don't catch it. Goes into the end zone, and you already set your team up for failure. I'll give it to him. Pause. He tried to make up for it. He had a really good game after that. But, nope, game was over after that. The Saints are not great in pass protection. The Falcons are really good in pass protection. It was a throwaway game in terms of like talking about who's good or who's doing this, because it's a divisional game. The Falcons jerseys are fucking dope. If you don't know who he is, look it up. Jamal, look it up. Look it up. Jamal, look it up. The NFC South is getting very, very competitive. Even with the Panthers losing, they're looking really good. Saints were on their way. Falcons are hooping. Even the Panthers, with that loss, it's fine. So, Commanders, Cardinals, both teams started off hot. Only one team sustained that hot start, and that was not the Cardinals. Kyler Murray holds on to the ball way too long. And I think it's because he remembers where he's like, he can scramble and run around and do this and do that. That's not how the NFL works. Yeah, you hit, Marvin Harrison Jr. in the beginning. But I didn't hear this man's name, and I'm talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., again until like the fourth quarter. So who was that on? I don't know. I'm going to give them their flowers. The Commanders. The Commanders' O-line is surprisingly very good. Their run game is very consistent. Brian Robinson's running through lanes where it's off the guard on the left or off the right, but he's consistent. Like, he's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna veer away from what I thought. He goes right through the holes, pause, and that's it. And then also, I will give Jaden Daniels his flowers. He's very decisive, very accurate. His record of 82.1% is the most through any quarterback ever. Not Dan Marino, not Tom Brady, not Peyton Manning, not Drew Brees. The most consistent and accurate quarterback through a 4-game stretch ever. But let me ask you this, and as a fan of football, you've seen this before, right? Not in the same light, and I will give you this. Not in the same light. But you've seen that team from Washington get excited for a quarterback in the first 5 games, maybe even 10. Actually 10. And then get let down. I'm knocking on wood because I'm not doing that. But it has happened. Better thrower than that person, won't even say his name. Colts Steelers. Anthony Richardson cannot. How are you? Anthony Richardson cannot escape this injury thing. He gets hurt, comes out of the game. They put Joe Flacco in, and then they put him back in as a head coach. Why would you call a running back or quarterback run? That was dumb as shit. And then he gets hurt. And then you get 2012 Joe Flacco. Now, I'm a fan of Joe Flacco because I went to UD. I watched that man in prime time, 2007. That man was hooping. I got to watch him in person for free. Joe Flacco came out just fucking slinging it, pause. And then the Steelers defense just definitely took a step back. And Justin Fields just wasn't good when his defense was playing really well. But then his defense didn't play well, and he had his best game. I don't know what to make of the Steelers. I don't know if they put... No, they don't. They do not put the other quarterback in. Don't do it. Justin Fields had his best game this game. And if you put in... No. There you go. What? Why did you do that? What did you... Oh, no, you're good. Shout out to Tony. No, you're good. Go Birds, Tony? Can I get a Go Birds?
Go Birds!
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, Justin Fields had his best game when his defense was just shitty. You do not put in that other guy. I'm not going to say his name. They had a lot of third and longs. A lot. And my favorite play of the game was Jordan Pickens had a fucking hilarious, like a cartoon fumble where he catches the ball and he turns around, but he like threw it in the air. I was like, what? Whoa! I had to rewind it like 14 times. I think my favorite takeaway from this game is Najee Harris, running back from the Steelers. He is who Eddie Lacy, and Eddie Lacy also went to Alabama, is what he wanted to be. He is a bigger back, but Najee Harris keeps the weight off. Eddie Lacy was like 270, and he couldn't keep the weight off, running his ass off. Russell Wilson should not be the quarterback. Bears versus the Rams. Matt Stafford still missing Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. His two best receivers. And that will have an effect on your team. Just is what it is. They had another jinx by announcers talking about the Rams kicker. He had made 12 straight. Oh yeah, he hasn't missed. And can you guess what happened? He missed it twice. The social media bullied the shit out of DeAndre Swift, the Bears running back, and this man went the fuck off, leading the Bears in running and receiving. Good for you, DeAndre Swift. Just remember, your first 1,000-yard season was with whom? But that's neither here nor there. The Bears are already letting Caleb Williams check at the line of scrimmage, which is fucking dope. Apparently, they're doing this thing where they give him a color and a number, and then he can go from there and say, hey, I don't like this, which is wild for a first-year player. The Rams are just hurt. It is what it is. It's not much to talk about from this game. Bears at home. Bears at home? I might be wrong about that. Probably will be. We'll get back to that later. Texans Jags. Nico Collins, the wide receiver from the Texans, he's making a push to be top 3 receiver in the league. He had 12 catches with ease. C.J. Stroud will look left, look right, like, yeah, I know Nico Collins is down there somewhere. Yep, got him. But with that said, he overthrows a lot of receivers because Nico Collins is like, what, 6'4"? So he thinks that he can throw it up like tall. No, be accurate. But I'm not diminishing the fact that C.J. Stroud is pretty fucking good. Especially with Stephon Diggs. They're a top 3 tandem. I'd say top 5. And yes, I'm putting... that's not even a question with A.J. Brown and Devontae at healthy. You're stupid. I will go them. And then also, you got to go... absolutely. And then... I don't know who is letting Jacksonville down. So, last year they were talking about extending that quarterback in Jacksonville. But now, was that bad? Who is making the decisions here where it goes to this is your fault? Trevor Lawrence is doing really weird things. I've seen him avoid tackles, but he's going that way and not that way. And then you got Trevor Lawrence making like over the top throws where his shout out to Tony. Where you got him throwing really good passes, but at some point it's either the coach or the quarterback. And then when you give your quarterback the second most money, it's the coach. And this will be the second time this coach, Doug Peterson, used to be our coach. I don't know, and I hate to see that. Que sera? It comes to a point where somebody needs to be blamed. Somebody needs to be blamed, and I don't know who it is that needs to be blamed. Booba! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt this real quick. Thanks, Booba. That was my fiance, by the way. Yeah, somebody needs to be in a hot seat. It's gonna be Doug. Broncos, Raiders. Jerry Jeudy heard me when I was talking about him last week. This man had a really fucking good game. He was hooping, and somebody can ask me. I don't know the answer to this question. How far is Oakland to Vegas? Because there were a lot of fucking Vegas fans in there. Raiders fans. The Browns started out with a 15 fucking play drive for a touchdown. Didn't hear anything else from them offensively. I will say this, and I've said this before. I hate tipped interceptions. I wish it was a statistic because Deshaun Watson zipped a fucking beamer, no willy, pause, and if you know what I'm talking about, to Amari Cooper right in his chest, and it hit off his chest, and it was an interception. I don't understand it. Catch the football, and then we get a terrible holding call when Amari Cooper goes 60 yards. If you watch the replay, the tackle pushed him out. I don't want to hear it. The Browns O-line is awful. It was not Deshaun Watson's fault at all. The biggest thing for me from here is Devontae Adams was definitely faking like he was hurt. And then now I'm seeing it that he is saying that he is requesting a trade. Wow. Look at that. That's weird. That's all I have to say from this, honestly. Titans, Dolphins. I have no clue what Tyreek Hill was doing at the on that screen. So you catch a screen, but you know the ball is coming behind you. But then he looked down and he's like, didn't pick up the ball. The Dolphins player picked up the ball, and you know what that resulted in? A fumble. Pick up the football. This was backup from backup because Mason Rudolph got in for sorry, I got distracted. Mason Rudolph got in for Will Levis, and Tyler Huntley got in for whoever the fuck the Dolphins quarterback would have been, but Tua is missed. This was field goal city. They did not have a touchdown in this game until the third fucking quarter. The Dolphins missed the big play with Tua. You can see that because they're lining Tyreek Hill up in the backfield. He's getting screens. He's doing a lot of shit that he doesn't normally do if Tua was in the game, or if Jalen Waddle and Tua in the game. I don't know. They're reeling. The Dolphins are reeling, and the Titans defense showed up. Maybe the Titans defense, maybe their doctor would be like, hey, Will, your shoulder looks a little hurt. Maybe we should just play Will Levis or Mason Rudolph again. I don't know. Backup versus backup, but I don't know. The Dolphins, they better watch out for the Bills, obviously, because they're the Bills. But they miss Tua. They do. Seahawks, Lions. Thank you. Seahawks, Lions. The Lions' black uniforms are fucking fire. The black helmets with the blue on the side, that shit's tough. They have the best 1-2 punch in the NFL with Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. And this is a really fucking good game. DK fumbling gave the Lions momentum. I don't care what you said. Watch the game. Go watch the highlights. As soon as he punched that ball out, the Lions went ham. I don't know why the Seahawks were not running the football in the beginning of the game. Kenneth Gainwell Jr. Kenneth Gainwell III. Put some respect on his name because I'm the fourth. Was running his ass off in the second half. And the defenses were present, even though the score was high. It was one of those games where you watch it and you're like, okay, I understand what's going on. But the offenses were just fucking hooping. Geno Smith with 53 attempts, but playing a really fucking good game. This is a game where it's two guys. Geno Smith, he got drafted by the Saints. I'm sorry, not the Saints. The Jets went elsewhere. Now he's doing a really good job. Jared Goff, the man he got drafted and then went to another team, went to a fucking Super Bowl, and then got traded. Both quarterbacks trying to prove themselves they've both already gotten extended. So I don't know. I mean, it was a really good game. But I digress. I've been talking to you guys for way too long. It's Red October, so what do you want to do? Let's go, Phils. They play this Saturday and Sunday. I've been watching this game. I've been trying not to look up and down. The Brewers are beating the Mets right now. Phillies play on Saturday and Sunday. Liverpool play this weekend. But big ups to the first day. Stay focused and be great. Take a sip. Go Birds.